Please feel free to leave all comments below the box. Finally, I'm sure not everyone has an opinion on this, so does anybody have any TNA or Impact Wrestling thoughts? Grab the microphone.
I haven't watched the last pay-per-view, and even though I bought it, I probably won't watch it. I didn't watch Impact because for some fucking reason, I'm like, hey, I'll watch the pay-per-view before I watch Impact. And then maybe I'll be happy when I watch both. And I won't be. But for 2 hours on the last Impact I watched, it wasn't about who was wrestling. It was about what does it say on the fucking piece of paper. And then at the end of Impact, it was Mick Foley got fired. All right, Bischoff, you're never going to wrestle. Hogan, you don't need to wrestle. Make it about the wrestlers. Hey, I'm WCW 2001. I just wanted to say hi.
Reed, how does current TNA product compare to the TNA product you used to go see at the Nashville Fairgrounds circa 2003?
Back then, you just didn't know what the heck was going to happen, and now you still don't know what's going to happen, but you just really don't give a rat's ass. It's like Drew said, these guys didn't learn their lesson from what they did to WCW. They booked it into the crapper. It's the same thing. And for some reason, somebody there thinks that Matt Hardy equals ratings because he keeps popping up on my TV. Mustard-blooded fat Hardy, whatever.
How about cold cuts, Matt Hardy?
I just want to say one thing. I don't know if Steve Mongo McMichael's dog is dead or not, but I hope if he comes back, he just haunts the shit out of Mongo. Because any man that would make his dog dress up like that, if you've ever watched the first year of Nitro, I don't know. And there's a pencil in my ear.
You know that's what was really in his Halliburton, right? Was like the corpse of that dog. No dogs were hurt at the making of this podcast, but that's my theory anyway.
Jason, do you have a thought on the current TNA product?
TNA has been the same since pretty much the inception of shit. All the wrestlers that go there end up dead. All the women there end up pregnant.
Karma.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremy Borash did her.
Oh, no. Todd, do you have thoughts on the TNA product?
I refuse to watch it. It's so terrible.
Were you a TNA fan back in the early days?
I saw a little bit of it at the fairgrounds. They had put on some good matches, but then since then it's just gone downhill.
You know, speaking of Jeremy Borash, that company would make more money if they sold Jeremy Borash so they could mass produce him and sell him in Walgreens because the guy's a fucking douchebag. Dixie, I told you I met you in person and I asked you to do this. Please, for the love of God, fucking fire Jeremy Borash's ass. Fire him! Fire him!
You just listened to a man who has actually flipped off Jeremy Borash to his face.
And he got really pissed off about the little fucking twerp.
And you wonder why you're not allowed in your schools.
Actually, I am because my mom's a teacher, dude.
Tony, thoughts on the TNA product?
I'm kind of the same consensus. It's even worse than WWE. At least with them, you think something's gonna happen. TNA, like you said, it's WCW 2001 all over again. I was, however, impressed with AJ Styles and Bully Ray at Slammiversary.
I heard that was a good match. I haven't seen it yet myself.
The Last Man Standing, very good match.
Did you like the British Invasion versus Shelley and Storm?
I mean, not really, because the British Invasion, they looked like they had ring rust, and Gun Money just isn't very captivating.
Okay. Alex Shelley's mom works with my dad. I think
By the smoking guns or get oral fixation from Lex Luger. You have to do one of them.
Well, of course I'm not gonna take the double penetration from Billy and Bart Gunn. I mean,
Hey, Sonny did probably.
She probably did, and Palumbo probably did as well.
Okay, finally, since we are in Nashville, Tennessee, At the Nashville Fairgrounds this August, there will be another tribute to the Fairgrounds, tribute to the Fairgrounds 3, I'm guessing.
We're going to do tribute to the Fairgrounds every 3 months until they actually tear the damn thing down. My God, we're cashing in. Every Saturday, we'll be there.
We are usually up in the balcony if anyone's from Nashville, especially if any former pro wrestlers want to come and try to kick our asses collectively. Reed, do you have a message for Kid Kash if he happens to be listening?
You fear the beard, bitch. And also, we all know you've got a freaking plant. Quit using the same 95-year-old geriatric-ass lady. And yes, I do respect what you fucking do, you ass bag. I was cheering for you, dipshit motherfucker.
That's Reed, the guy with the beard at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Hopefully we'll be in the front row.
You'll hear me. You'll hear me no matter where I'm at. Yeah, he turned around and he was like, yeah, all you talk shit the whole night and all that.
We were just mad because Jerry Lynn was in the ring.
Jerry Lynn is the biggest twat I've ever met.
I would second that. I fucking hate Jerry Lynn.
Tell your Jerry Lynn story.
One time we were at the TNA pay-per-view. I think Jerry Lynn was in one half of the greatest tag team ever when he was tag teaming with Conan. And I just started chanting RVD because it was a boring-ass match. And Jerry Lynn turned around because the match was boring as shit, and he could hear me because nobody was applauding. And he said, Richard Dreyfuss turned around and said, Mr. Holland's Opus was the shit. No, he actually said, yeah, chant for RVD, you got your 5 seconds of fame. And I asked him, is that what happened when he wrestled Rob Van Dam? He later on cried, and I think him and Conan both lost the match.
Then we later saw him on multiple occasions at Zany's Comedy Club.
You guys have such just crazy stories with this wrestlers getting in confrontations. The only wrestler I've really met in person has been the Brooklyn Brawler.
You talked to RVD at
Yeah, we sat next to RVD right on the front by the stage at Deja Vu.
On Perv Row.
And then Sandman was walking around, and whenever you said, what's up to Sandman, he'd just lift his arm up and show the tattoo of himself.
Sandman had a tattoo under his arm of him lifting his arm up. So he would lift his arm up, and then there would be a tattoo of him lifting his arm up.
Steve O stole that, I think, from the Sandman.
But the question is there a tattoo of him on that tattoo of him lifting his arm? Because otherwise it's not a very good tattoo.
Well, he never gave me Pity City, so I mean, I didn't really get that close to the Sandman.
Hopefully Rhino didn't come in treating you as strippers like the Sandman's wife.
I met Goldberg at the airport, too. He's not even 6 foot tall.
Do the DDP when he was on the
Oh, yeah. I saw DDP going up the escalator, so I threw up my diamond, and he did the same thing, and then did the little kick and everything.
Really?
He said he was like surrounded by like 10
There were people all around him, and he was just like...
I met the Brooklyn Brawler, and it was right after he was brought out at Fully Loaded to be Austin's tag team partner if The Undertaker didn't show up. And I said to him, I go, hey, you were almost Austin's partner at the pay-per-view. He looked at me with the frowniest, most defeated face I've ever seen, and he literally said, you know what, kid? Almost is the story of my life. And he turned around and walked away, and I shed a tear.
It couldn't have been the saddest moment ever, because if you've ever seen that picture of Vincent or Virgil at the autograph signing, I actually felt sorry for him there. I'm sorry, whoever the hell you are. Vincent, Virgil, DiBiase's bitch, we love you for what you did, and oh well.
To prove he grew up in the South, he just referred to Virgil as Vincent. This is WCW country.
This is NWO country, brother.
All right, before we sign off, Jason, any parting thoughts on just anything?
Yeah, I'm waiting in anticipation for Nick Hogan's wrestling career.